Hey, and welcome to How to Become a Great Public Speaker in Private. Believe it or not, but you can improve your public speaking skills, you can improve your confidence in public speaking in the privacy of your own home. A lot of people don't know this, but public speaking is a skill that you learn. Very much like driving a car. When you started learning how to drive, it was all a very conscious thing that you did. It was very difficult. It was hard to change lanes and indicate at the same time while listening to music and looking in your blind spot. But over time, you progress and you build up that skill of driving a car until it becomes something subconscious that you do, to the point where you may be like me and you're trying to drive somewhere and you end up driving all the way to work and you didn't even know because it's such a subconscious thing that you do. In the same way, public speaking is a skill, and public speaking in the privacy of your own home, it's the same skill as public speaking in front of a crowd. Obviously, in front of a crowd, there's a lot more pressure. There's people who are watching you, and that's where you get all that fear and anxiety, is when you're in front of a crowd. But it's the same skill in private as it is in front of a crowd. And so what we want to do in this course is develop our skill in terms of public speaking, grow our confidence in the skill that we have as a public speaker. So when the pressure is on and we need to speak in front of people, we're more comfortable in our skin, we're more confident in our ability to speak. We don't think that we sound like an idiot. And so what we're trying to do is strip away a lot of the fears that come with speaking in front of a crowd. And so what happens is you're going to develop those skills, you're going to develop that confidence in the privacy of your own home. And then when it comes to dealing with the pressure of the crowd, there's so much less for you to worry about that it's going to be a lot easier for you to progress. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing in this particular course, and I'm going to take you through 7 different activities that you can do in the privacy of your own home in order to become a better and more confident public speaker. It was extremely difficult for me to break this down into just 7 activities. There's so many different things that I could have taught you and that you can do to improve your public speaking, but I'm aware that if I give you 100 things to do at home to improve your public speaking skills, you're not going to do any of them. So I wanted to strip it down to the absolute most important things that I think are going to advance you as a public speaker, grow your confidence, and help you become a great public speaker before you get in that pressure situation and you need to stand in front of a crowd. So there's 3 things I believe that you need to become a great public speaker. You need to get good at telling stories. If you're good at telling stories and you can tell stories at the drop of a hat, then public speaking is going to be easy for you. People absolutely love stories. Stories are engaging. They have a natural progression to them, and people want to know the end of a story. So we want to get good at stories. That is going to be a big part of our training. The second thing that we want to have is is being comfortable in our own skin. We want to understand that when we are presenting in front of people, we don't look stupid, we don't sound stupid, we're not making weird movements, we're not worried about our ums and our ahs and things like that. So we want to get comfortable in who we are, and so we'll go through some activities that'll help us get comfortable with ourselves, because what I find is that a lot of people who get up to speak in front of a crowd, they're nervous because they're worried about, well, what will people think of me? Do I sound funny? What if I make a mistake? And so if we actually learn to become comfortable in our own skin, and we'll have some activities to do that, we're stripping away that fear, so we're not thinking, okay, my voice sounds weird, people might think I sound weird. We're going to strip that away. Now, you may be able to hear in the background there's a baby crying. That's because I'm in the privacy of my own home. I'm in my bedroom. However, this is a house that I live in and I have a family. I'm recording this on my bedroom to show you guys that this can be done in the privacy of your own home. So don't stress too much about any background noises that may be happening, but just wanted to let you guys know. When I first started creating recordings, first started speaking, I would actually sit in my car. I was too scared to be in my bedroom and shut the door. And so what I would do is I would get in my car and I would drive to the most secluded street that I could find. And I would be even scared to park out the front of someone's house, so I'd try and park near some trees or something like that. And then I would record an audio podcast on my phone. And if there was ever a car that drove past or came down the street, or God forbid there was someone walking, I would stop recording automatically, and I would just pretend I was on my phone, or I would just, start texting, or I pretend I was on my computer or something like that. I was so scared to record. So I went and I hopped in a car and I drove to somewhere secluded. So that might be something that you need to do. I'm at the point now where I'm comfortable to record in my room. If my wife overhears me, that's absolutely fine. So we've covered 2 points. We want to get good at telling stories, and we want to be comfortable in our own skin. And the third thing is we want to develop the subconscious skill of public speaking, because when it comes to pressure situations, there's 2 different types of skills, and your brain will react differently depending on the type of skill. There's a subconscious skill, something that you do over and over and over again that you really know. And when you're in a pressure situation, what tends to happen is you try and convert that subconscious skill and do it consciously, and you get worse at it. And so what a lot of people do with subconscious skill, like athletes, you'll see them listening to music before they play or before they race or whatever it may be. And what they're doing is distracting their conscious mind so their subconscious can take over. And so much easier to manage the pressure when all you need to do is turn off your conscious mind than if it's a very conscious skill that you need to get absolutely right. And if you get it wrong, then, it can be absolutely devastating. So what we want to do is actually convert our public speaking from an extremely conscious skill where we need to think about everything that we're saying and move it to a more subconscious skill where it kind of automatically happens for us. And all we need to try and do is make our conscious brain get out of the way. And so we'll have some activities and we'll talk about that in more detail. So there's only 3 things that you really need to get good at in order to become a better public speaker. You need to get good at telling stories. You need to get comfortable in your own skin, and you need to try and convert public speaking into a subconscious skill. And that's something that happens over time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. And so that's why we have these activities that we can do in the privacy of our own home. These activities we can do over and over and over again to get better at it. And we don't have to worry about what are people thinking of me. We don't have the pressure of this is a formal presentation that I need to give. This is just some stuff that we can sit back, we can relax. I'm on my bed, I'm sitting back, I'm relaxing, and we are practicing this and getting good by ourselves. Tim Ferriss, who's the author of the 4-Hour Workweek, calls this no stakes learning. So what we're doing is we're taking away all the stakes, taking away all the pressure that comes with learning, and we're actually putting ourselves in a safe environment where we can practice in the comfort of our own home, the privacy of our own home. Or if you're in a home where other people live, get in a car, drive to a secluded street and record within your car and practice within your car so absolutely no one can hear you. So we're taking away that pressure of what will other people think about me, or a performance outcome that you need from a certain presentation that you need to give. We're taking all of that away. It's just you, yourself, and your public speaking skills. And so I'm really excited to share this course with you. I'm really excited for you to do these activities to build up your skills and to become a better and more confident public speaker. So this is just a really overview of what the course is going to contain, and I really wanted to get through to you those 3 things that you're trying to develop. You're trying to get good at stories, you want to be comfortable in your own skin, and you want to convert public speaking to a subconscious skill. So in the next lesson, we're going to go through the first activity that you can do to become a great public speaker in private.